Yeah, Paul Watson. Paul Watson. Yes, Paul Watson. Yeah, I'm a co-host Sports Tonight. Paul Watson. Yes, I've been here for several weeks now doing the show. Paul Watson, like Mark Watson's brother.
Oh, right. Yeah, next time if you actually say that you're Mark Watson's brother, that'll make things a lot easier.
Yeah, all right. I mean, if that's easier for you, I suppose.
It's a lot easier. Cheers, mate. Cheers.
Hey, you. Have you spoken to Charlotte?
No.
Have you seen Charlotte?
No.
Do you know who Charlotte is?
No, I've got on Facebook if that helps or anything. Why? Is there a problem?
No. What did we say last week?
Is it about my shoes?
All the sport.
Oh, all the sport all the time.
All the sport all the time. Huh?
Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah?
I've got it.
But I mean, I shouldn't even be able to do that because I am the Domestos dog. I've done like 3 of these voiceovers already, and also the woof is mine. I came up with it. I own. Surely that is the woof. You know, the Domestos woof that I do. Which that was actually my. The Domestos. But the Domestos. Well, I can't do it properly here because I'm. All right, look, just don't let them. Just tell them I'll get there. I stall them for as long as they. Okay, if there's any way I can do it tomorrow or. Okay, fine. I'll try and get out of here before. It's just I can't leave Paul just. All right, mate. Just hosting it on his own, so I need to. Okay, I'll do my best. I'll tell him that I've got to run off before the end or something. Just don't let that gig go away because this is like 8 grand. Is it? Yeah, God, 11 and a half. Right. So there you go. So I have to do it. So just okay.
Mark.
We're gonna go. All right. Hello, John.
How's it going?
Yeah, not
Good,
yeah,
good. Tea, coffee?
Coffee would be great. Thanks,
There
mate.
you go. Okay, little situation I wanted to talk to you about.
What do you mean situation?
Just a little, no, don't worry, don't panic. Nothing to worry about. We've got no Charlotte. Can't get a hold of Charlotte. So I'm going to need you to cover the tennis bit as well. You can do that, can't you? You're a tennis fan.
No, not really. I've played squash, but
I love tennis. I'll do it.
So all I need you to do, I need you to talk about the just give a background to the Wimbledon Championships, how it's going so far.
Well, I haven't been watching.
Yeah, I've been watching all that. I've watched every game
You
pretty
haven't got a
much.
telly, have you?
Well, no, I mean I've been watching, reading reports and stuff.
Mark,
You know,
it'll
I
be
know
fine.
what's going on.
Couple of minutes, and then we'll feed you in the interview. I'll feed you the
So
questions.
we're interviewing
Not a problem.
a tennis player.
Yeah.
Okay.
But really, don't worry about it.
Okay.
All we're going to do is we're going to go for the we're going to do the Euro bit first, the pre-recorded
Okay,
bit.
so
We're
you
going to
show
go to that first.
I'll blag it with some tennis stuff as much as I can.
With the tennis
Okay.
stuff, and we'll go to break early.
Okay, fine.
Okay, is that good?
Yeah. The
Excellent.
other thing is,
Anything
John,
else?
I've got a situation what I need to talk
No,
to you
okay,
about. Well, I
awesome.
might have to run
Paul.
off because I've got
Yes,
the
all the
Domestos
sport all
gig.
the time, John.
Yes. We talked about this last week. Your kind of facial hair situation. Yeah.
Well,
We
I mean,
it's station policy. You need to be clean shaven.
what about Mark? Mark's got pretty much a
but
full
Mark's,
beard.
Mark. Aren't
Speaking
you,
of-
Mark? Aren't you, Mark?
Okay.
Yes.
sorry,
Okay. You
just
ready?
Speaking of which, I do need
Okay,
to
20
potentially run
seconds.
off because there's a Domestos.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. 20
Domestos,
seconds.
Gig, which is a lot of money. Which okay, so we'll do this Euro segment and then
Yeah.
we'll plan what we're going to do. While that's on, we'll work out what tennis, what
I know
we can
the tennis.
possibly.
I can nail it. I know
You
it.
sure?
You know I know it.
All right, look, it's fine. For now, it doesn't matter. Just get.
10 seconds, guys. Knock it out the park.
We will, John. We will.
Come on.
This is a shower, this place. You're watching Sports Tonight Live, and have we got a weekend of sport lined up for you? A little bit later on, we'll be talking tennis. We've got some Wimbledon coverage for you. We're going to be talking racing as well. We'll be asking a boffin, someone from the world of mind science, why is it that England always seem to lose it up there after another penalty heartbreak for England, of course. Last week in Kiev. But speaking of the Euros, we can only start really in one place this weekend. Spain and Italy battle it out for the crown in Kiev, and Gerald Webster is there for us. Right, so basically, if we can just blag this Wimbledon thing with it, what do they always talk about? Like this, it's like strawberries and cream.
The rain.
So the rain is a good one. And what is it with his umbrella?
Cliff Richard.
Cliff Richard.
He turns up.
So a couple of minutes of that, well, and then Murray. Is basically, we're just going to have to blag it by talking about Murray for as long as possible.
I know I know all the players' names. Honestly, like you test me.
128.
Test me.
Well, I'm going to test you on whether you know a name or not. Do you
Well,
know
right,
tips of?
Yeah, Tipsarevic.
Yeah, but look, but obviously you know it because I said that.
Yeah, Jarko Tipsarevic.
All right, you know, it's not about whether you know
I know.
names. It's about whether we can. All right, fine. But for now, I'll just fill for as long as I can, and we'll just do some stuff like. I can't believe it's Wimbledon time again.
No, so I just say the same thing you say, pretty much.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to Charlotte. Her uncle he has a serious thing with.
Was that the thing, wasn't it?
It's just.
From that he had.
But I thought he was all over it.
Well,
I
yeah,
thought it was,
Guys. Mark, do you have Marcos Baghdadis' mobile number?
The Marcos Baghdadis,
What,
the
number 12
tennis player.
No, John, I don't have Marcos. What would I have?
One of your. You've got contacts. You know people.
No,
maybe.
I don't have any contact with have a tennis player.
How about Dara Breen? Would he have?
Could call Tara, couldn't you?
No, Dara Breen wouldn't have Marcos Baghdadis' phone number because
No,
Dara
okay,
Breen
not
is
to
a
worry.
television host who hosts Mock the Week, and Marcos
Yeah.
Baghdadis is more of a sort of the 12th ranked tennis player in the world. So why would they?
Just a thought. No, just a thought.
I don't have anyone in my phone number. Why have
You
we
could
got-
call
So what
Wimbledon.
we'll do
Why are
is-
you after Marcos Baghdadis' phone number?
Call Wimbledon.
We've got the interview. Unfortunately, Charlotte had the contact details. We were trying to get hold of him, but
Just
So you
call
don't
up,
have-
call
you
up
don't-
Wimbledon. I don't know why you're not going to do that. Just call up Wimbledon and ask for Marcus.
You can't just call Wimbledon and ask to talk to a tennis player.
Okay,
Well,
Mark,
hello,
so
I'll just talk to
what
Leighton
we're going to do,
Hewitt,
Mark?
can I?
What we're going to do? We're going to do.
Excuse me, is Venus
Well, it's
there?
not like there's two of them.
No,
They'll know who Marcus
they'll know who he
Baghdadis
is. but
Guys, focus. We're going to do the odds. Okay,
There's like
we're going to talk
5,000
about odds.
people there.
We're going to talk about the betting. All right. And then
Have you
we'll
got
go to break
the odds?
even earlier. Yeah, we'll get
Can
them
you
through to you.
put them up on
Don't-
caption so you
odds-
can't
odds-
see
odds-
our faces?
I
captions,
pretty
don't
much
worry
know
about
them.
it.
See, I know tennis.
All right,
You
all
good?
right,
You
all
good?
right.
You good?
So we
You with
talk
me?
about, we
You with
just
me?
waffle for 2 minutes, talk about Murray,
You'll be
talk
great.
about the odds.
You'll be great.
All right.
Okay. Out the park. Remember.
It's going to be really good, man.
You can't just call Wimbledon and say, like,
I don't see why not.
because for a start, where would you find him? Like, he could be on court or in the locker room, or there's like, have you been to Wimbledon? There's like 15,000
No, I've
people on
not
the side.
been, but
And you're on in 5.
Ah. Thank you to Gerald Webster. You're watching Sports Tonight Live. And, well, I tell you what, Paul, rain forecast for the end of June. Strawberries and cream, £9.50 a punnet. It must be Wimbledon
it must be
fortnight.
Wimbledon. Yeah,
It's that magical 2 weeks in June and July.
my favourite time of year.
It's well, it's everyone's favourite time of year, isn't it? As the world's mightiest tennis players converge on SW Southwest London, Wimbledon in Southwest London for the All England Club's famous old tournament. They're all there, aren't they? The Federer, Venus Williams,
Janka Tipsarevic,
Tipsarevic,
Marcos Baghdadis,
and well,
Andre Sarr.
The list goes on and on. We might be speaking to one or two of those players a little bit later in the programme, but there's one name which you can't mention Wimbledon without mentioning it, certainly for British fans. Andy Murray. Is this, we ask it every year, don't
Yeah,
we?
could this be his year?
The year for Murray? I tell you what, I'm not sure my fingernails can take another one of these.
I think the doctor told me not to watch it this year.
Yes, for your heart.
For the
It's
heart,
a case
yeah,
of take 2 of these and don't watch
Don't
Murray,
watch
isn't it? But
Yeah.
do the bookies think that Andy Murray's got a chance? Well, we've got some odds in front of us here. These are
Seems
from
that we
Paddy
have,
Power, Britain's leading online bookmaker.
Novak Djokovic is the
Djokovic's
favourite
the
there at
favourite. They hold
evens.
us 3 evens for Djokovic. So
yeah.
Federer there 3-1. If you fancy a flutter, if you fancy the Fed Express to come.
Straight in, Andy
to come
Murray,
home
the
and deliver
hometown
the,
favourite.
Yes, Murray,
5-1.
5-1, Andy Murray. So, as if you needed to make it any more stressful to watch Andy Murray, or just,
Yeah.
I'm not nervous enough here. I'll just have a few quid on Andy Murray. I think.
I think you.
I tell you what, they'll be renaming Hemon Hill if he does.
Yeah,
win it.
don't know how they would do that. But the name that really jumps out at me is a name that isn't on this list, and that would be Rafa Nadal, who I would expect to be amongst the favourites.
And Rafa Nadal, of course, sensationally beaten last night in his round 2 clash by Rosso of the Czech Republic, 5-set, something of a classic there. So no Nadal. So don't, contrary to what Paul just implied there, don't go down to the bookies and ask for odds on Rafa Nadal. You'll be laughed out of there. Don't go to Paddy Power or any of their sort of lesser competitors. Don't do that. No Nadal this year. Nadal out. But there we are. If you fancy a flutter on any of the others, whether it's Djokovic or Federer or Murray. Well, I tell you what, Paul, I'll certainly be going down the bookies.
Me too.
On
Me
my
too.
way home. So coming up, why do England always lose it up here? Why can't England seem to win these penalty shootouts? We're going to be talking to a boffin live in the studio. Later on, we've got some racing. You're watching Sports Tonight live. See you after the break.
All sport, all the time.
How did you not know that he's out? Yes, he lost last night. He lost to some guy from the Czech.
Well, yeah, I saw he was winning. He was a set-up.
Yeah,
It's about 6:37.
there's more. Yeah, it finished at like 10 or something. It was 5 sets.
How can it finish at 10?
Well-
How can they see the ball?
Well, obviously he's playing on the court with the roof.
Oh,
Can't you
they
sit
did
and
the
watch-
roof.
Yeah, there's been a roof on it for like 4 or 5 years.
I was
said you
watching.
were a
I was.
tennis- fucking
I am
not
a
know
tennis
there's a
fan.
roof there.
I was watching.
Okay, forget Nadal. It doesn't matter. It's just one of those things. I need to.
He's going to have seen that, isn't he? I bet John's seen that.
Nadal. Oh no, John. Don't worry about John. John doesn't. John. It's not that he doesn't rate you. It's just that because of the way that you got the job and being my brother and everything. It's just a little bit. He's got his bosses to think about.
Did you think it sounded at all like I said Razal, not Nadal?
No,
Like
it
Rafa
sound-
Nadal,
No,
Razal.
but obviously you said Nadal. That we can't. There's nothing we can do about that. We can't. But just forget about it for now and just. I need to talk to Lucy about this Domestos thing because this is. I'm on the verge of losing it.
What were you saying, Paddy Power all the time? I was looking at the Auto. There's
No, it's
nothing
not
on the
on
Auto
Autocue,
key about
it's
Paddy Power.
just the Paddy Power thing is just a sponsorship thing that I do. So
What,
we get, it's just,
not the because the channel's not got.
No, there's-
Well, they're always saying how they can't get a sponsor.
yeah, no, the channel isn't sponsored by Paddy Power, but I've got a separate thing with them. So basically, I get every time I mention Paddy Power, I get 25 quid. So
Every time you mention,
Yeah,
what,
there's
on,
also-
on TV, right?
yeah, obviously on
So
TV. I
if
don't
you
get it
say
in
Paddy
everyday
Power
life.
100 times, you'll get.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
200.
I would get 2.5 grand, but it's
Grand.
quite hard to get it into the programme. But see there, it was quite seamless because it's a bookie. So, and also I get an extra tenner if I say the UK is leading online bookie, so that's why I have to do that.
What if I start? I mean, I could say a couple.
No, but
I
you-
could do two and a
no,
half.
'cause it's specifically me. It's like an endorsement deal, so it's I have to do it. Anyway, the point is that if the Domestos dog falls over, then I'm going to also lose the Paddy thing, and I would probably lose Pizza Hut and everything. So I'm going to need to talk to Lucy. Can you just go out and who is it? A
I
boffin
don't know. I
or-
don't even know what a boffin is.
Well,
What?
it's it's
What's
like
that?
it's like a science, isn't it? It's like a
boffin.
It-
I've never heard that.
Well, it's
in
not
my
a
life.
real thing. It's
When
not
you
like-
said it, I thought you got it wrong off the auto cue.
No, it's
there.
not. Like it just means a brainy. It's just a word for it. I don't know who the hell it is. It's just some guy that they've brought in to talk about why we lose penalty shootouts.
Yeah, it's
so
terrible. But
just go out and bring him in and just put him in the green room.
But if I go, John's going to be out.
You're
I
gonna
can't.
you just forget about John and just please, mate.
Maybe
just
I'll call the switchboard and see if John's around, and if he's not, I could go
call
out.
You're in the. Just go out and just
but-
you and John just brief him in the. And I just need to talk. I just need to do this.
All right, all right, right.
Domestos. Oh, can I speak to Lucy, please?
It doesn't look much, but we got everything here that you need. We got the green screen. Got all the cameras. Got all the props and stuff. Have you seen the show?
No.
Okay, well, I mean, it's light-hearted. We like to have a bit of fun with it. We'll just be you, me, and Mark, and we'll fire a few questions. You know what Mark's like. You'll have seen him on various things. So we'll just basically a bit of banter, between us, backwards and forwards. Nothing too serious, you know how it is with these.
The car never
programmes and
turned up.
The car.
The car that was
Oh.
supposed to pick me up this afternoon never turned up. I had to get a taxi here. Who do I give the receipt to?
Oh, I mean, that's not really my thing. I'm talent, you see.
Guys,
I'm the
thanks for coming in.
co-producer,
Professor, great to see you. I'm sure Paul's been telling you all about the show, how it's going to work. Obviously, not too much banter on this one, not too much, knockabout fun. This is rather more serious. It's an important topic. I definitely want to give you time and space to give your expert view on things. So obviously, we're going to reel in the joking around. I'm sure Paul's been saying much to that extent. Right, if you need anything at all, give me a shout.
I need a
Otherwise-
car. I need
Yes.
a car when I leave this evening.
Okay, Paul can sort that out for you.
Yeah,
We'll
I
be
mean,
on.
like I said, I don't really deal with that, but I'm sure I can put you onto one of the.
Okay, we need
one
you
of
now,
the
boys. I
people
think
here.
on set, please.
Yeah, we'll just this way. I think it should be good fun. Like I say, we'll just we'll bounce a few ideas off each other. It'll be a
No
good laugh.
bouncing.
So this is the man himself. That's Mark. You'll have seen him. I'm sure you've seen him on Nevermind the Buzzcocks and Mock the Week.
Lucy, I really need you to
Mark Watson Kicks Off.
call me back as soon as possible.
He was on a cider advert. You'll have seen him. He's on everything at the moment. He's
Just give me
he's
another
actually
hour.
so famously they Paddy Power pay him £25 to say Paddy Power on air. He doesn't just has to say Paddy Power. Mark, this is our guest.
All right, thanks for coming in.
Pleased to meet you.
Sorry, my brain's a little bit. I got a bit of a stressful situation on with the domestos dog for the moment. Anyway, so you're a shrink, and Dr. Giles. How do you pronounce? Is that McConaughey?
The name's Madonachie,
Madonachie. Sorry, I can't see it.
sorry.
Madonachie.
Yes.
Giles Madonachie.
and I'm a psychologist,
You're a psychologist.
not a
So
shrink.
sorry about that. Yes, shrink psychologist. So Dr. Giles Madonachie, psychologist. What else can we say in the introduction bit? Oh, who do you support? That will give you a bit of
what's your
banter.
team?
Support?
Oh, you're not
Football
really,
team.
not really a football.
Not a football
Not
fan.
a football fan. So we
10
won't-
seconds,
we won't
guys.
really banter. Okay, fine.
Okay.
We'll just have some fun. Basically, the whole thing is like, what's wrong with England's brains? Why can't they win
It's always a good. These bits are always really fun.
penalty
actually.
shootout? This bit is it's just good fun. When we get people that aren't really that are just
relax, we'll bounce off each other,
We'll just
just
bounce
relax,
off each
it'll
other.
be
We'll
fine.
bounce off each other. All right. You're watching Sports Tonight live with Paddy Power, Britain's online bookmaker of choice. Now, it was that familiar sinking feeling, wasn't it, in Kiev, as Ashley Young and Ashley Cole missed their penalties. We've seen it so many times before. Southgate and Waddle, Ince, Batty, all good players with one thing in common. When it really mattered from the spot, they weren't able to score. So what has gone wrong over the years for England? Well, there's been a lot of discussion about it, but could science have an answer? We're that desperate now for an answer to England's penalty malaise. We have called upon a boffin. Dr. Giles McDonaghy is a behavioural psychologist, and he's here to give us the lowdown on why England seem to lose it up here when it comes to the penalties. So, Dr. McDonaghy, welcome. Thanks very much for coming in. Well, let's cut to the chase. Why can't we win a penalty shootout?
It's not a character trait, they're just not very good at taking penalties.
There's no. You don't think there's any. There's not this English thing of anything to do with our repression, or come on, give me some.
No?
Give me some.
Dr. McConaughey, say you were to become the England manager tomorrow.
Yeah. The Soho Square on the phone. It's
Dr. McGonaghy in
surprise.
charge.
Surprise appointment of Dr. McDonagh. Yep.
What would you do to try and prevent England's penalty shootout exits at the next major competition?
Well, the situation wouldn't occur because I'm not qualified for the position.
No, I mean,
No,
it's
obviously
a fantasy thing.
It's a fantasy situation, but just if you just indulge us.
I mean, you must have
Doctor-
dreamt of being the England manager.
The phone rings. It's Roy Hodgson. I need you to take over. I can't really do.
No,
we had this last week. Didn't we?
we had
Can't really do
problem with
Hodgson, but you know how Roy Hodgson speaks. So he's asking you, or even if you just become England's sports psychologist, what do you do? What's the first thing you do to change this penalty situation?
Well, it wouldn't happen because sport is not my field.
Dr. McGonaghy, I've heard it said that there's a part of the human brain that
Well, yeah,
95%
of the human brain. We're just
isn't
laymen,
used.
of course, but that isn't used. Yeah. So is there? Might sound like a flippant question, but is there a little sort of box somewhere in that 95% that says instructions for taking penalty shootouts?
No.
I mean, I suppose we were being
being a bit
So
sarcastic,
almost
but
a bit tongue-in-cheek,
people
really,
talk about
when we-
football as a science these days, do they not? I mean, you know, sport is more than just a game now. It's a scientific pursuit.
Should we be looking at sport more like a science? Should we be analysing it more as that, you know, some of the continental teams have much more sort of science behind there?
No, sport is sport and science is science.
The human brain is your field, Dr. McDonaghy. Are there any tips you can give England's players, if any of them are watching? Or
Well, I'm an animal behavioural psychologist.
so your principal interest is in fact animal
Professor
behaviour.
McDonaghy, say England were the England
If-
national football
if
team
England
was
were-
to be an animal.
Yep.
Which animal
What-
would it be?
It would be a human being.
I suppose what we're asking is just is there? Have you been watching the Euros and seen anything and thought, well, there's some animal, there's some animal.
I haven't watched any football on the television at all.
Okay.
No, well, I suppose. But you haven't been idle because we believe you've got a book out.
I'd love to have a read of
That
it.
will-
Yeah.
It's been published in the peer review journal.
Oh, so it's not actually it's not on sale to the general public.
No.
Is it on Amazon or?
Yes, you have to
You-
forgive our ignorance.
yeah.
We're obviously not up with the old peer review journals here.
It's available from the university library.
Right, so it's more of a,
okay.
it's really more of a university research paper than a. Well, it's fascinating stuff. Thank you very much, Dr. Giles McDonaghy, there with the mind science behind England's penalty malaise. I'm not going to ask you who you'll be watching or supporting in the Spain v Italy game. I imagine you won't be.
No, I won't be watching
the Euro final. Well, there we are. Dr. Giles McDonaghy, thank you very much. After the break, racing talk, and you're watching Sports Tonight live in conjunction.
All the sport, all the time.
With Paddy Power, Britain's favourite online bookmakers, and you can get the Paddy app now as well.
All the sport, all the time.
Back after the break.
Hi, can you get me Lucy? Yes, Mark, can you get me Lucy? It really is urgent, yeah. It really is urgent. Thanks. Oh, I know, yeah.
That was the worst bit of TV I've ever seen.
It just, they shouldn't, I don't know why they booked an animal behaviourist. This always happens. It's the same time when that guy turned to be an astronaut. Like, I don't know why we just can't get.
I mean, we green screen it probably, but.
No, it does need to be Lucy, please. It really is. It's about domestos. Yeah, the dog thing, yeah. Sorry, green screen it?
Yeah, they'll probably just green screen it in the end.
What do you mean?
You know, green screen.
It's live, there's nothing, you can't even. And there's no, the green screen is like for effects and stuff, there's nothing you can do. Lucy, I am literally 5 minutes away. No, please, just let me, I'm literally passing, I'm going past I'm going down Great Portland Street now, yeah. Yes, I am. No, I'm not lying, I'm outside a betting shop, I'm going past the patisserie. Sorry, nearly bumped into a lady with a pram, yeah, so I'm so close. No, it can't be anyone. I will race Jack Whitehall there because I am so nearly there. I literally. Also, there's a man with a drill in the road. I will race Jack Whitehall there. Whitehall's not the domestos dog. I'm the domestos dog. I own the world. 5. I am 5. I'm not even 5. I'm running and I'm 3 minutes away. All right. Bye. Christ, what you mate? This is awful, but I have to go. I'm going to lose the dog unless I go now.
Yeah, but it's the racing.
I know.
This is your bit.
I know, but I need you to mate on your own. And they'll just keep the
single shot. Mark's Magic Multiple.
I will give you the horses. I've got 5 horses. I'll give you the horses. And then all you've got to do is say that all the racing that is just who like fight you name 5 horses.
But I don't know 5 horses.
But I'll tell you the horses, right? So all right, well give me a second. Note it down, and then
right.
just and then all you've got to do is just do that and say, well, there's some tips for you, and it's over. And
all right.
Well, and it will make up for the other thing because they'll be so grateful you've got away with it.
You reckon?
Yeah. Okay. So all at Folkestone.
All at Folkestone. What's that? What race is that?
No, that's not horseback. All of these are running at Folkestone, right? So these are horses that are in different races in Folkestone.
So like the plate's Folkestone, not...
The plate's Folkestone. Yeah, okay. So Overcoat. Yeah.
Okay, Overcoat.
Sand Between Our Toes, that's all one word. Sand Between Our Toes. Overcoat, Sand Between Our Toes. Ginger Ted.
Ginger Ted, yeah, okay.
Taquat, that's T-A-Q-A-A-T.
T-A-Q-A-A-T.
Taquat.
Okay.
And Emperor Vespasian, just like
Emperor.
like the Emperor Vespasian. Okay, so those are your 5 horses. Just memorise those. Say, here are my 5 tips. Multiplier. Good luck with getting rich with that or something, and then it'll be over.
All right, for sure.
Mark,
Yeah, it's
ready for Mark's Magic Multiple?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
2 minutes.
Won't do this again, but I have got to leave because I'm going to lose the dog. The domestos thing is going to, and I can't. I have to go. Jack White was on.
I'm okay. I've got it.
Who's got the horses? I've given him the horses. I've
got
you
that. Yeah, Mark's Magic. Well, you can do Paul's Magic Multiple.
We can't do Paul's Magic Multiple.
You can still call it Mark's Magic Multiplier, but he has the horses. So
I've got him here.
I'm really sorry. It's been a great show. Okay, mate. I'll call you later. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck. All right, thanks, mate.
Overcoat, Sand Between Our Toes, Ginger Ted, Taquat, Emperor Vespasian. I can do this. Overcoat, Sand Between Our Toes, Ginger Ted, Emperor Vespasian.
20 seconds.
Taquat. What's a Yankee? Is anyone there? Can someone tell me what a Yankee is?
10,
Emperor Vespasian.
9,
Emperor
8,
Vespasian.
7,
Taquat.
Tack what?
Paul, just want to flag up something to you. A little situation. Neil Webb's coming early, so we're gonna start the interview first with,
I'm
with
doing
him.
the racing.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. I think that's all taken care of. I think we're done today.
I've got my multiple. I've got to do my multiple.
Mark's multiple. We'll do that next time with Mark. Thanks for your time. You can see yourself out, can't
Sand
you?
between our toes and Emperor Vespasian.
All the sport, all the time.